One. Yes, people, what's going on? This is Kojo Raps on TV back again here for another interview, reporting live from the Quarantine Cut Club. I'm here and I'm happy to be joined today by one of the, I would say, the Northwest, really good prospect coming out of the Northwest, Mr. Habil Khan. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, pal. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, like everybody, right? We're just on lockdown, trying to manage the best we can. But I'm really pleased that you could join us today. How are you coping with the lockdown? How is it? You're in Rochdale, right?
Yeah, Roger. It's just normal, isn't it? Just stuck at home,
Mm,
listening to the government and stuff. So, but I'm trying to train as much as I can as well. So I go
yeah.
out there, go do my jogging and stuff, go in garden, do a bit of skipping and stuff like that. Get my little brother to do some pads with me.
All
Just
right.
keeping active still.
Yeah. I was going to ask, how are you finding that? Because I'm obviously trying to train. Obviously, the key thing is sparring, but there's other elements of training that just the mindset you can't get when you're not in the gym. So, how are you finding your training
It's a
out
bit
at the
it's a
moment?
bit hard because of course you can't, there's no sparring, there's no like bags you could use, and of
Mm,
course you need your coach as well watching you as well all the time. So
yes.
it's a bit hard, but I'm just like, hope I'm just going with it, just sharpen the tools a bit, still keep it going and that.
Yeah.
And then when I go back to the gym, hopefully you could pick up stuff from where I left off from.
No, definitely. I'm sure it's gonna be fantastic once you will get back to it. So I guess really, I know obviously you're at the end of your amateur career. But for our
Yeah,
viewers, they want to get a bit, they want to know you a bit
yeah.
better. If you just give us a start, like what boxing club do you train out of, and how you
So
got into the sport of boxing?
So basically, I started boxing when I was like 9, 10 years old. My dad put me in it for self-defense.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really like I never thought that I was gonna go like start fighting for gyms and stuff like that. I just
Mhm.
thought it was for self-defense basically.
Yeah.
So when I started getting better and stuff like that, I was at a gym called Amos. It was like just a little boxing place, but it wasn't like a really club. Then I went to Hamer ABC, that's based in Rochdale. So I started fighting there when I was like 13 years old.
Nice.
I had few fights there. Came like 2, 3 times Northwest Region champion. Um,
Nice.
uh, even came finals in nationals open class, but I
Nice.
lost that. So then after that, I went to Queensway, full contact.
Mhm.
Started training there for a little while, but
Mhm.
then I had like 3, 4 extra fights there, and then after that, I got injured, so I was out for quite a while.
Wow.
And but I was always still training. And my right knuckle cracked, so I was still always training, but I weren't using my right knuckles, so I was always just trying to wait for my knuckle to get better. So I was out for like 2 years, but I was always training, and then luckily my knuckle got better than now I'm here. So I just thought that, and then amateurs, I thought that like my time was like it was just wasting. So I thought, you know what, I might as well go to the program and see how I go in there.
Yeah.
So
No.
that's I'm here now.
Yeah, no, good. And in terms of the injury, I mean, you spoke about you had an injury to your knuckles. Are you fully
Yeah,
recovered? I mean, I'll
yeah,
say
yeah.
how to come about. I'm sure it's by punching, but I mean, that must have been quite painful.
Yeah, it was bad because when it happened 3 years back, when I
Hmm.
started sparring, I thought it would be better after like few months and that, but it didn't. It was just getting bruised up. It started getting a lot bad, so I
Wow.
just had to wait and like rest it. But I was still always like just practicing on my jabs and stuff like that, just moving and just keeping active still until my right hand got better. So I
Yeah.
was just always waiting on that, to be honest.
No, nice. And just out of interest, what weight class do you fight at? I know
Well,
it might change in the pros, but amateurs and what you
in
looking for?
amateurs, I was more of a like to 60. I was when I was fighting first, I was at 57. Then I started going up, and then I started fighting at 60 to 65, and then I was the last fight that I did was at 69. But
Wow.
now I put a bit more muscle and weight on, so I'm at 80, like 79, 80 right now, but I'm gonna get down to 75, so I'm be fine at like super middleweight or something.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's. I mean, that's a competitive division, even domestically and internationally. So
Yeah,
wishing
100%.
you, wishing you all the best. And how do you find like making weights? I mean, obviously in the amateur game, it's just as serious as the professionals, right? So how
Yeah,
did you find
100%.
to make weight?
When I stick to my diets and stuff, I find it easy. I shred down a lot quick, so
Mm,
I don't really find weight a lot of. I don't find weight as an issue, to be honest. If I
yeah.
want to stick down to it, like when I know I've got something to look forward to and stuff like that, then I'll start cutting down weight, eating clean and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, to be honest, I don't find weight issue. If my mum don't make samosas and stuff like that, then I'll be good off it then.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was gonna say my problem with the weight is just the eating, right? The diet
Yeah.
things when it comes to trying to exercise. Everybody thinks training, doing all these workouts, but it's what goes in your mouth that is one of the most important things.
Yeah, especially in an Asian household, like they've got curries and everything like that. It's just hard to resist it, isn't it?
Well, it smells good and it's just too hard to resist.
Yeah, 100%. So it's just like you're thinking, nah, I can't have it. But it's
just a little bit more.
It's just determination. You just gotta like leave it, block it out, just go upstairs and just sulk in your room and be like, don't worry, I'll have it later.
To be fair though, when it comes to samosas, yeah, boy, it's always a tough one, man.
I love my samosas. I always tell my mum to make them. I love it, but I've been off them for a while, so I'm very good, right?
But this is the time, at the very least, right? When you're around the family, at least you can try to get some more samosas, but don't overdo it. Clearly,
don't overdo it. To be honest, yeah. My dad's always, especially my dad, he's always on me with my dieting and stuff. So if he sees me with any like oily food, he'll start saying, "Yo, what you doing? What you doing?" Like, just starts going mad at me and stuff like that. So I try like not having it because I just don't want to get shouted at and that. So
100%. And just on that point, I mean, obviously, how's the family? You know, how are they supporting the boxing? I mean, I think you've got there's Amir Khan, but there's a lot of Asian boxers coming through the ranks. We spoke to Hamza Shiraz a few weeks back. How are the family supporting you in your career?
Yeah, well, basically, on top of that, it was my mum and dad's dream for me to like progress in boxing.
Oh, nice.
So my mum and dad are like big fans of boxing. So all my family is like quite supportive in boxing. Even my little brother, he's upcoming as well. So nice. You'll hear about him very soon as well.
I was going to say, give him a quick shout out before we go. Yeah.
Yeah, his name's Habil Khan. So he's really good southpaw, tricky fighter. So you'll hear about him very soon.
Oh no, that's good to hear. But yeah, I'm glad to hear you getting the family support. I think with anything you do in life, you do need your close ones to support you because it gives you that extra push.
Yeah, so, definitely motivates you.
Exactly. Just got to say a big shout out to Asgi Tahi. He's been really supportive with arranging the
top lad, top
geezer.
I love him.
How you started working with him?
Well, my uncles got me involved with him. So when I was training in Rochdale, stuff was going all right in amateurs, but I weren't progressing, if you get what I mean. So my dad got involved with my uncles, my uncle Saeed and my uncle Barry. And they, of course, introduced me to Asghar. So Uncle Asghar told me to come Derby. So I went Derby, and he told you just check how I am, see how you are, and all that. And he went with me that you're good enough. So let's take it from there. So I'm just following what he says and just seeing what happens and that.
Wise decision. And then obviously we spoke about you being good enough. Very modest, but you've won quite a few Northwest Regional Championships. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
Not 1 year, you've won quite a few years.
I won three times Northwest Regional Championships.
Yeah.
I've come close to nationals, but that was semi-finals. I lost against a good kid as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, and even just going back to the Northwest, I mean, just talk to us about that experience. Competing, it's still a high level because at the end of the day, you're one of the best in your areas. And just talk to us about the challenges you faced in those tournaments and which one was the toughest one.
Well, few of them were all right. The first two ones were good. I won them quite convincingly, but the third one was it was weight for one of them. So when I was in finals, of course, I think I was like 0.5 kg over something. I think I was a kg or 0.5 kg over. And of course, championships are quite strict, aren't they, on weight? You have to be perfect as well on weight. So I come against a kid called Hamza, and I was drained. I was proper drained. So I can remember this as well because I've gone to the fight now. I'm just looking. My dad's looking at me, thinking, "What?" Like he's looking at me, giving me a dirty and that. So I'm thinking, I've just gone into the fight, and that first round I'm losing. I'll be straight up. I was losing first round. Second round, my coach comes up to me, slaps me in my face. He says to me, "Wake up! What are you doing?" So I've got back up, thought, come on, let's do this. So I've won the fight and all that, but it was a tough experience, and that's why weight cutting is important. You should do it like months and months before, so then like you're ready for like fight night. So you don't want to be drained and stuff like that. It's nasty.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, we see in the pro game, and obviously I'm happy to get your thoughts on it. We see some guys that take drastic measures. So I think of a guy like even Danny Jacobs, if it's fair to say, he probably comes in on Fight Night at 190, but he's fighting
he's a big lad.
He's a huge lad. I mean, what's your thoughts on that overall? Do you think it's better to just be ready, like consistently training and not overdoing it, or do you think if the guy can make the weight, then he can make the weight?
Personally, in experiences and stuff like that, I would say I would be on weight before fight. So like it'll take me like for a few like months or something. I'll be on weight, so then I'll maintain the weight. So then I'm eating good. I'm not struggling with eating. I don't have to overdo my eating and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm ready, and I'm not gonna be drained. Like I don't like if I want something, I can have it. Instead, if I'm overweight, I can't have that food, and I'll have to sacrifice it a bit. So I think it's best if I'm to lose weight quite a while before the fight. So just maintain the weight probably.
Yeah, and if I was to ask you about your boxing style, how would you describe your boxing style?
I'm more from a sharpshooter, I would say. So like just like moving around, popping the jab. I can fight orthodox southpaw, so I'm a bit of both as well. So I'm quite quick as well. So and I've got a bit of power in the shots as well. So
so you got that switch hitting down to a T,
switch, So when when I was injured, I was learning a lot more my southpaw backhands and stuff like that. So in a way, it did pay off a bit. So I learned a bit of the southpaw stance, and I was just getting used to switching stuff and all that. So it's just now a matter of fact about putting it in the ring and on the big show, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, we spoke about your amateur career, and obviously this is the year you're going to turn pro. How did that conversation come about, and what's the strategy for this year for your professional career?
Well, basically, I was still amateur. So when I was still amateur, when my knuckle was still messed, I was still amateur. But everyone kept saying to me that you're wasting time when you're good enough, so you should go to the program. And I did have a lot. I didn't have that much experience in amateurs, but for how much fights I had, I did have experience. If you get what I mean. Yes. So I only had like 18 fights, and I won like 14 of them. Yes. So I was still like that. But then of course a lot of people said to me that go pro and all that, you're wasting time, because I'm 23 now. I've just turned 23. Yes. So when you're wasting time and you could do something in the programs. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. And of course that's what my dream is, to be world champion one day. So if I have the right people with me, I could get far. I know I can. So
and Aski is one of those guys that it's good to have him in your corner.
Yeah, 100%.
He's a bit of a student of the game, and he's going through the different levels as well. So
100%.
Having him as a sort of support system is great.
Yes.
Sorry, carry on. Yeah.
Go on. It was like when I went first to the gym. It was like a session they had to put us through, and oh my god, that session was the nastiest session I've been through in my life.
Some details.
It was nasty. It was just like moving around and like punching, and when you stop, Asgi starts going even mad when you're stopping. So it's like he pushes you so hard, and the sessions there just the nasties, but they're good. At the end of it, you feel good though. You feel good, but when you're doing the sessions, it's like oof. But that's the training you need. You get what I mean? So it's Asgi's a really good person to be with, even without the boxing as well. He's just a nice person generally. So I'm happy to have him as my manager.
Definitely, and we spoke a little bit. You said of late you've been down in Manchester working with Pat Barrett. Another good guy, high energy. Just talk to us. How's that been working with him for the last few weeks?
I've been 3-4 weeks there. His sessions are proper hard as well, intense. You do a session in the morning, and then you do tracks evening time. And track work, I've never done that track work in my life, but you never want to do it. It's disgusting. It's just nasty. You're puffing out your head. It's just nasty. Don't like it. But you got to get it done. But in a way, it improves on your fitness. It's improved a lot since we've done it. Me and my little brother, we've been doing it. 3 weeks down the line, our fitness has become a lot better. And Pat's a really good trainer as well. And the people you're around, like Lyndon Arthurs, Alpha Barra, all of them, they're all like world champion fighters, and you learn a lot from them. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. And there was a guy I know from Germany, Emmanuel Diassi. He was up with those guys as well, and he said, like just being around them from an energy perspective, like he felt see the improvements. Would you say that's fair to say? You could see like the improvements in yourself just from being there?
Yeah, 100%. Even recently, 3 weeks while I've been there, I felt like I've improved a lot. Like with Pat, he makes sure that you get everything spot on. You can't just be doing it half. It has to be perfect. Like with the jab, they have to be popping from your shoulder straight out. If they're half, he shouts at you and makes you do it properly. Because of course that's what it's meant to be. You're meant to be perfect in and out. You get what I mean?
Definitely. So when you see those samosas, just think you've got Pat Barrett on one arm, and then you got Aski on the other one, right? And then your dad behind you.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I see. To be honest, it's just trust me. It's I've got everyone behind me, but when I do something bad, my dad gives me a ball. Even with Pat, when I didn't come once to tracks because of course I was brand new there and I didn't know what day the track sessions were. So I got a bit confused, and then when I didn't go, I started getting a bollocking from there as well. I was thinking, but you just got to take it. Your traders did it. You just got to take it.
Exactly. I think that's the best thing. You got to take it like you're a young kid in not in terms of life, but in terms of learning the game.
Yeah,
you guys have got experience, and I think they appreciate it when you get people that soak up the knowledge like a sponge. So, like you said, just listen to them. I'm sure you're going to be fine. So, just talk to me a bit about your support locally in Rochdale. I won't ask if you're a ticket seller, but how has the support been from the amateurs, and now are people anticipated to see you sort of switch over to the pro ranks?
Yeah. A lot of like all my area, I'm in Rochdale, but the area that I'm in is called Scotland, and all of my area knows that like I do boxing. Even out of my area, a lot of people know that I do boxing, so they know me for my boxing. To be honest.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of support. All my mates, whenever they've been seeing me, when you're fighting, when's your pro fight, we want to come down and all that. I've got a lot of support. I've got cousins in London, Birmingham, Sheffield, Rochdale. They're everywhere. From an Asian family, you have loads of family everywhere. So I've got a lot of family. So.
I know that's good, but like I said, the main thing is getting that support in. And then I guess when we talk about the pros, have you had any conversation of who you may sign with, or has there been any conversations about?
No, I haven't been told nothing about that. I'm just training, I'm just training and just waiting for like whatever my manager, my coach says. I'm just gonna do that. You know what I mean? I'm just doing what I need to do. To be honest, just training and just keeping on the goal. To be honest.
Yeah, and obviously the boxing game as a whole, it's kind of obviously come to a standstill, understandably. I just want to get your thoughts on the kind of fighters you like to watch during this breakdown, this lockdown. Sorry, have you been watching any fights just to get a better from an educational point of view?
Yeah, I always watch boxing whenever it is. My favorite fighter is Floyd Mayweather, so I always like watch him. Of course, defense is perfect and all that, so I watch Mayweather a lot. But there's other few fighters like Anthony Yard. There's Canelo, there's Billy Joe Saunders. I like watching all of them. The fight that I was hoping for was Lyndon Arthur versus Anthony Yard. That was a fight that I wanted to really watch. That would have been a big. Of course, I've seen Lyndon Arthur. He's a very good fighter, very good. And of course, and Anthony Yard as well. He's good. It would have been a good fight, but we'll have to wait for that, of course, now, won't we?
Exactly, and you spoke about Mayweather. He recently said he's going to become a coach. Obviously, the passing of his uncle. But what's your thoughts on him taking that route and becoming a coach? You think he can make a success of it?
I've seen him train. I think it was his nephew and his son, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was his nephew and son, family. Yeah.
But to be honest, I think he'll do all right. He knows what he's doing, and he's one of the best. He's never been beaten before. Yeah. So I think, and he's got all the knowledge in boxing that's out there. So I think Mayweather could be a good coach to be honest. Yeah, and of course, he knows all about the game. So you'll have to see what happens to him. So
yeah, I think with him as well, I always question: would he? Because obviously he was clearly dedicated, right? You know, he started learning the craft at such a young age. I think it's when he meets guys that are not as serious, because I think back to like the Broner and he's had them around. Now, obviously, it was more management than coaching. Will people listen to him, and will he be patient enough? You know, because he might get frustrated when people don't do things the way he said it should be done. But I look forward to seeing what can happen from him. To be honest with you.
I'm just looking forward to it. Even like Adrian Broner, he was a very gifted fighter, but his head wasn't really into it. If you get me. He was very gifted. When you see his sparring, he's doing well good. But then when he's fighting on the big shows, he doesn't perform.
Yeah,
And he was one of my good fighters. I loved Adrian Broner, how he fought, everything. It was good. But then when it came to actually fights, I used to be thinking, what is he doing? Like
exactly.
he used to like just disappointing, isn't it? But even Gervonta Davis, he's very good as well.
Yeah,
Top
he's
fighter.
good. Exactly. And I kind of questioned could he be a lot higher? If you think back to 2017 when he fought on the Badou Jack James DeGale undercard, like he made an announcement, he beat Fortuna for the world title, and it's kind of like he's not really done anything.
He didn't box that good that fight, didn't he?
Yeah, that fight then he won by knockout. That was good, but his last fight just over Christmas.
Last fight,
the last fight he just fought.
He didn't box that good.
Yeah, and Gamboa was more or less injured as well, so he kind of took his time to get him out there. But I mean, when you look at the game at the moment, do you? And I'm going to ask you as a fan, do you hope that once this lockdown is sort of lifted, we see more fighters, like the best fighting the best, or at least the most competitive fights fighting each other instead of the politics?
Yeah, I think. The best thing is best fight the best. It's not point cherry picking people, like fighting someone that's not on that level. You want the best to fight the best because you want to know who is the best in the divisions.
Exactly.
And of course, it's disappointing at times when you see fighters that are not even getting tested, but they're so high, and then they're bragging about it, but they're not being tested or anything. So, of course, it's all fans get annoyed from that and stuff like that. But it's just all with promoters and politics and all that. They just want to make money, don't they?
This is it, yeah. And they don't care about us fans. But I think now even they, as promoters, have to say to themselves, boy, you know what? You never know. Like you can wait things out, and the next minute we get another coronavirus, and then you don't get any fights. So they might even be pushing for it a bit more. And in terms of the super middleweight division, obviously, like I said, it's stacked not just domestically, on an international level. Are there any fighters? I know you wouldn't say you would fight this year, but are there any names that you would like to challenge yourself against from a sparring perspective, just to maybe learn, pick up some education, your skill sets?
Yeah, in England, the best super middleweight is Billy Joe Saunders, isn't he now? So of course,
people might say Billy Joe or Callum Smith, but
Callum Smith's very good. I like Callum Smith as well. He's very good, but Billy Joe, you can't catch the guy. Yeah. I've watched him, and he's just all slippy movement. It's just it's mad how he does it all. And of course, if one person I would get in the ring with to learn and get a lot of experience from would be Billy Joe. But Callum Smith, he's a wicked fighter as well. I've seen few of him as well. He's top fighter as well.
Yeah, no, and obviously on the American side, you've got a guy called Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, both different elements, but good fighters, powerful, slick as well. What's your thoughts on those guys?
Yeah, Plant. I was talking to my brother about him because my brother was asking me once. He was like saying, "Is this guy even good?" I went, "Watch him, class fighter." He's one of them, just movement. He's all like technique, isn't he? He's a very good fighter as well. I've seen him. The other person I haven't really watched that much, but Caleb Plant, I've kept an eye on him. He's quite good. Yeah,
Benavidez was out for a while. He had some issues, but he came back last year on the Porter versus Errol Spence undercard, and he beat Darrell. Stopped him round round 10 or something like that. So
what's his first name?
David Benavidez.
David. Oh yeah, did he fight that Medina or something?
He might have fought in a while ago.
Before, yeah.
Before Darrell, yes, that's right.
He knocked him out with like some mad combo. I swear it was him.
Exactly. Yeah. And he had so he was out. So he had the belt, and then he had to obviously vacate because he had some personal issues. But
I remember him.
Good fighter.
Yeah, so very good.
Is 100% stacked. So listen, Habil, it's been great speaking to you. I only wanted to keep you for about 20-25 minutes. But before we go, I just wanted to say, could you give our viewers some exercise tips to stay fit and healthy during this lockdown? Things they can do in the house or the garden?
Well, basically, what I do is go for runs. If I don't go for runs, we go and do some shadow boxing. Start off with skipping, get some shadow boxing, do some pads. Then I'm more like burpees, mountain climbers, press ups, sit ups. Just basically think of on the spot, whatever. Like we don't really plan the session, just whatever we do, just pick up on the spot, just do it.
Freestyle.
Yeah, and then my dad, of course, he does a lot of training as well. So he puts me through some mad workout as well that I've never seen. So I just basically follow what he does as well. So it works still. So.
Oh, perfect. So listen, Habil, before we go, do you want to just shout out all your social media, Insta, Facebook, Twitter?
Yeah, you can follow me on Habil_Khan7 on Instagram. My Snapchat is Raja Habil, Raja, and then Habil, Habil. And my Facebook's Habil Khan.
Habil Khan, perfect. Listen, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Stay safe.
Too,
Look forward to getting some news about when you will make your pro debut. Hopefully, we'll be in the building. But until then, stay safe, and then we'll speak to you soon.
You too, pal. Take care. Look after yourself.
Thank you. Cheers.
See you later. Bye.